And indeed, the EU's currency zone is certainly in trouble, and it's sending out distress signals. I don't deny that. But the Eurozone is not the whole European project. That project started over 6 decades ago, when it was realized that the whole in Europe could and should be and would be bigger than the sum of its parts, that by pooling elements of our sovereignty and of our decision-making, we can achieve things that would not be possible to achieve if we remained a collection of relatively small, rather combative nation states. And in doing that, we have put behind centuries of conflict in Europe. Not a small thing, and we have ended the division of Europe, East and West, and successfully anchored all of the post-Soviet states and the post-dictatorship states of Spain, of Greece and Portugal in a system of values and of irreversible democratic and human rights. No small achievements, and we've also created actually the largest economic space of its kind in the world, and all the ease of doing business and trading across the EU that goes with that. Now, in creating this unique model of supranationalism, we've succeeded in doing what has never been done before and has never been attempted in any other part of the world. And this system has become absolutely central to European life, our commerce, our diplomacy, our security, and our policy coordination in so many different areas. And I don't think either Neil or Joseph can argue with this achievement if they were actually being serious. So presumably they agree that if the EU did not exist, European states would actually want to invent again something very like it. And even the euro itself, I don't think we can yet write it off as failed. The currency union is certainly flawed, true. It's clear now that 2 decades ago, Europe started to run economically before we could walk politically. This is not, in my view, because we were over-ambitious, but because we were actually not ambitious enough. We weren't ambitious enough to create the political institutions and machinery needed to make economic and monetary union work. Now the question is this failure of the Eurozone permanent? In my view, the failure is one of design and execution, not concept and principle. Now, you have heard tonight, and you'll hear it again, the other side tell you that the whole thing is going to hell in a handcart. But the argument, I think, is that there is actually a workable version of the single currency. The question is whether Europe has the political will to implement this version. So yes, a serious stumble, yes, a serious flaw in design, but failure for the whole European project, for the whole of the European idea, I would argue not. Now, the historical determinists over here, and I don't quibble with Neil's qualifications as an historian. It's very easy, to be an historian, talking about the past and, looking through your rear view mirror the entire time. For a politician, I'm afraid, and a minister, you have to be a little bit more practical and a little bit more serious. So has Europe failed? I would say it is just too soon to know. Could Europe fail? Of course it could. But must Europe fail? Absolutely not. Thank you very much.